Well, welcome everyone. Welcome to the Bronx Junior Photo League Middle School classes year-end presentation. For those of you new to the BDC in this program, the BJPL is the Bronx Documentary Center's free documentary storytelling and college success program for 6th through 12th grade students. We teach students to use photography, writing, and research to explore social justice issues that are important to them. The BJPL and our students' work is the heart of the BDC's mission to use community-based documentary practice and education to explore vital issues, stimulate critical thought, and drive social change. Under usual circumstances, we would be packed together in the BDC's gallery on Cortlandt Avenue, most likely sweating a little bit or a lot, to see our students present their final multimedia stories on our projector. Our middle school students were prepared to start those projects, finalizing project proposals and planning for shoots right before we made the decision to suspend all programs and move to remote learning on March 12th due to the coronavirus pandemic. Everyone, students, teachers, families, had to make the massive shift to online learning, not only for schooling, but for photography classes that are normally based in the ability to go outside and photograph in the community. Students rose to the occasion using the devices they had available to them, because the best camera is the one you have with you, pushing themselves to see and photograph in their homes and families in a new way, collaborating on projects through photo dialogues, diptychs, and remote portrait sessions, exploring light and identity within the space of their homes through self-portraiture and slowing down their image-making processes. They journaled about their experiences, reflecting on homeschooling, exploring feelings of anxiety and loneliness, their changing relationships with their family, and the Black Lives Matter protests. And outside of our program, they graduated from the 8th grade in virtual ceremonies. This is the 7th year of the Bronx Junior Photo League. We started in 2013 with a small group of middle school students, and their passion for photography and storytelling drove us to expand the program to what it is today. Throughout our short history, our Bronx Junior Photo League students have always risen to the occasion to decry and document injustices. They stood against climate change, unequal housing opportunities, and violence. This is my 7th year working with BJPL students, and it's the longest I've ever been away from them. But over the past few months, my belief that this generation will be the ones to make a tangible change in this world has only grown stronger. They not only are persevering through these historic times, they are responding to and documenting them. A global pandemic, the George Floyd and Black Lives Matter protests, the broadest in US history, a landmark civil rights law protecting gay and transgender workers from workplace discrimination. All of this is part of the stories that our students have chosen to tell. A huge thank you to our students, parents, and families. Your commitment to your children's education and pursuit of the arts is so admirable, and we would have never been able to make our virtual classes work without your support. I can't thank our BJPL teaching staff enough. We thought we were finally settling into a rhythm with our curriculum and could have never imagined the challenges we would face. They supported our students and families after a shooting on our block in November. They didn't skip a beat when totally recreating their curricula for online learning. They immediately offered their support in whatever way they could to help our students and families even more. They checked on students individually during weekly calls, participated in dance parties, and even delivered equipment and food to our families. Como Bate, Kayla Beltran, Salvador Espinoza, Harry Monta, Sakona Fitz, and Cynthia Rivera, you are the most compassionate and committed group of educators. It is inspiring to see you all in action, whether in person or virtually. I could not imagine a better crew to work with. We also need to thank our funders that have been the rock of the Bronx Junior Photo League for many years. The Chris Hondros Fund, Sitco Foundation, Cliff Family Foundation, Fujifilm, Haydn Watson Foundation, Henry Nias Foundation, public funds from the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs in partnership with the City Council, and by City Council member Rafael Salamanca, the New York State Council on the Arts with the support of Governor Andrew Cuomo and state legislator, the Philip and Edith Leonian Foundation, and the William Talbot Hillman Foundation. For today's presentation, you will see work from 2 middle school classes. The teachers will introduce their class before each student presents their work. And stay tuned at the end for a special celebration of our students. Everything you see here presented today was done entirely by our students. They photographed, wrote, drew, recorded audio, and even made the design for their webpage layouts. These stories, from the too often unseen and pathetic lens of our youth, are a critical testament of this crucial time in our country's history. And with that, I hand it over to our Tuesday middle school class teaching crew. Thank you.
Hey everyone, welcome. My name is Kamal Bade and I am the middle school 1 lead teacher at the Bronx Documentary Center. First and foremost, I'd like to acknowledge the rest of my teaching team, which is Salvador Espinosa and Kayla Beltran. Being documentarians, Kayla brought her artistry and laser sharp attention to detail, while Sal offered his keen eye and vision to student stories. Thank you both. These past few months have been a roller coaster of experiences and emotions for both adults and students. Our middle school students came into class excited by the newness of online teaching. At first, everyone talked at the same time, but as the weeks went by, energy started to dwindle. Students learned how to deal with the everyday, coping with the change of this historic moment. Despite these challenges, their projects will show you how they navigated feelings of boredom, isolation, sleeplessness, and uncertainty during their time in quarantine. They reflected on how their perspective has changed while finding ways to be resilient. Some activities included perfecting their drawing skills, bonding with their families, creating an exercise schedule, and last but not least, reaching new heights of video game success. Now more than ever, we see the power of the camera to document change, whether it's in isolation or on the streets. Putting the camera in the hand of youth from the Bronx as they elevate their vision forever changes representation. Our students use the documentary medium to reflect back to the adult world, their unique eyes as a young person, unfiltered, contemplative, and critical. Today, we have the opportunity to hear their voices, feel their emotions, and learn from their experiences. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. First up, we have Matthew Almeidas.
Hello. So, wait, what am I talking about again? I forgot.
You can read your artist statement, so I'll pull it up on the screen if you want to read it from there.
All right. So my artist statement is this. So this whole project that I've created is about my family and my life, also about my daily routine during quarantine, and it's starting to get pretty boring lately since I'm running out of ideas with my family, how to keep ourselves entertained, as well as doing social distancing while going outside. And also, me and my family are spending way more time together, especially with me and my dad, because he spends time with me twice a week, 2 days a week, and if he can't come to pick me up for those 2 days, he at least visits me 1 day a week. So, and he also supplies me with like stuff so I can like supplies with like snacks and drawing materials. So this picture is about me and my family having a great time together. And then the next picture is basically, the first one is basically when I was little. Second one is when my dad was visiting me twice. No, this is the time, the one with in the middle. This is me and my dad. This is the day. This was the week that he couldn't pick me up, so he visited me and we took a picture together. The third one is my cousin coming to play with me, play a game that we were playing. This picture right here was the picture I customized basically, And the one next to that is me being really tired because of schoolwork that we had to do from school because my math teacher and well, basically not really mostly my math teacher. Well, my teachers gave me a lot of work, so it was tiring for me. And this one was about my perspective at home. And I wrote my perspective at home is that it's a little difficult to worry because my dad is a frontline worker because he works at a hospital, and I'm worried about him because he has a risky chance to get the virus, and I'm living with 6 people in a household. And then the second one is just a picture of like me just worrying about how is this about to end. So that's me just looking outside with my mask because the window was open. And then the next one. All right, so about me. So my name is Matthew Almeidas. I am 11 years old. I attend at Immaculate Conception School in the Bronx. I am in the 6th grade, going to 7th grade. I'm also interested in photography because I love learning new ways of making pictures or videos. I've learned a lot of techniques for taking pictures of any kind and it's very fun. I learned to take photography and how you can fix it too. I like in the Bronx and I live in the Bronx and I have a dog. His name is Rocky and I play with him a lot. I've had him since he was a puppy and he is a puggle. He's a mix between a pug and a beagle. I like to play games and read.
Thank you, Matthew.
You're
We'll
welcome.
do a big round of applause for everyone in your class after.
Oh.
Next up, we have Gianna Almonte.
Basically, the beginning of this page is my artist statement. And the reason why it's a picture is because one of my pictures, instead of writing it, I felt like a picture could express how I felt more. The name of my project is How It Feels to Be Me. Hi, my name is Gianna. During quarantine, I live with my mom and my sister. I stay inside and help cook while my mom and my sister take care of shopping and my dog. We bought a whole bunch of games to play and we have a PlayStation too. We have fun and try to make the best of it, and we hope nobody else has any losses. A little poem that I wrote myself also expresses how I feel. See what I see every day while we are hidden away. As you see, there's not much, but there are a lot of things you can touch. Come and see what my life is about while we can't be around. The first picture expresses how some people may be feeling like they're trapped inside their mind and they can't get out of them. They can't get out of their mind and they feel like they're starting to crumble around them, like the world is starting to crumble around them. So things are getting worse and worse. But there are also people who can help you stay happy and positive. The second picture is just a little view of a perspective to appreciate what's outside the most, because right now we can't go outside and we need to learn to appreciate nature. The third picture is a picture of me looking outside my window because I want to be outside again, but we can't because we're all stuck inside because of a virus. Here is a little picture I edited of my dog, and this certain picture really pops out to me, and I use the certain blue colors because it expresses sorrow. And in this picture, before I had edited, my dog had looked really sad, and he had looked like he would never go outside again. The picture of all the art on my wall are just a few pictures that I've gathered by looking in all my sister's old photos and pictures that she's drawn and her friends have drawn. The other picture right next to it is a picture of how some people may feel, and I noticed it on a magazine, so I decided to take a picture and see if people could relate. The picture of the light is just a picture to show that light may be someone's hope, and the blue around it could be all the darkness. But as long as you keep going and reach that light, which may be your goal or whatever it is for you, you can reach and make sure you have the courage to do it. The picture right next to it is to show a perspective of what my pets, because in the other picture, a few pictures above, you could tell that my dog was sad, and my cat, she's always wandering around the house, also with the face of sorrow. These are just more the first picture there is a picture of once again my cat's perspective when laying down. She sleeps a lot because she has nothing else better to do. And the one from the top is a bird's eye view. And since I was the one who took this picture, you couldn't really see me. But if you could imagine that this could be your room and you were there, try to imagine how I felt laying in bed all day and being real sad.
Thank you, Gianna. Next, we have Justin Brifo. I just have to reshare real quick to make sure I have your audio. 1 second. All right. Justin, go for it.
Hello, my name is Justin. I have been taking photography for a while. I have learned that taking pictures can be a way to express yourself. In my project, I show my perspective on how things have changed since quarantine. I have learned since quarantine that lots of things are being affected by the virus. An example of this is less people are outside and more people care about their health even more than usual. I think this was a good learning experience because it really showed us how the world would be if we weren't able to be together. I made this project by taking pictures of things during quarantine to show how they are before and after the pandemic.
Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, a lot of us are being quarantined. This has changed my perspective in the way we spend time with our family, valuable time with our family. We get to know each other, do more one-on-one activities with each other, and value our life.
Thank you, Justin. Next, we have Heidi Calderon.
Hi, my name is Heidi Calderon, and mine is named Board in Quarantine. So I said, ever since we started social distancing, I have felt as if I was trapped. At school, you would always say that we wanted to go home and that we didn't want school to be open, but we never really meant it. Now that I am not around people my age or other girls, it's frustrating. I miss joking around with my friends. I miss lunch because it was hilarious and we would spend time together. Now at home, everyone is busy and we still have a schedule that we need to stick to, so it's difficult to stay in communication. That's me being bored, and I don't know what I was doing, but I was bored, so I just decided to take a picture. These are pictures of my space and some things that I have in my room or that I used to have in my room. That's my mom's window with the curtain. That's my necklace. Yeah, and then that's an old purse that I had that I got from Mexico when I went. The picture on the left is my baby godbrother. His name is Max. He is 2 years old. And then the one on the right is an altar type of thing that we have in the corner of our living room. Since the living room is big, we have a lot of space there, so we decided to put it in the corner where you could see it the most. And there we have a lot of pieces that are very special to us and that they have been given to us by other family members and friends or people that we consider our family even though they aren't, and they mean a lot to us, so that's why we put them all there. The picture on the left is my brother looking at the window because that was for yeah, he's just looking out the window. And then the one on the right is my dresser with my mirror and then all my stuff on it. Yeah. Okay, the one on the left is me looking out the window also. And then the middle one is something that my cousin gave to me from when she came to visit from Mexico. And then the one on the right, far right, is when I felt like taking a picture because I had done my hair that day. So about me is that I am in 8th grade. I'm going to St. Jean Baptist High School, and then I like photography because I can use it to express many emotions with pictures.
Thank you, Haiti.
Mhm.
Next, we have Brandon Kachipula.
Hi, my name is Brandon Cachipuya, and my story's title is Staying Active During Quarantine. This is a short story of my family while I am staying active during quarantine. In this story, I show how grateful and thankful I am that these people are in my life. This picture is about me, but about me before quarantine, about what I do best, which is stay athletic. And I am the leader. I'm on the leaderboard for soccer. So I play soccer for fun. I love it. My family loves it. All that stuff. I was in the top contestants of a tournament despite in quarantine. I kept doing what I was doing. These pictures are pictures of my family. It's my dad. It's my dad working on his computer. This picture is my sister watching a movie on the couch, and then this is the controller I used to play on my PS4. That's me and my sister. This is a picture of my mom and my uncle. And I'm very proud of my mom because she does what she can. She does everything she can. She's the best. She tries her best to be the perfect mom. She always supported me through everything, academics and sports. And on the picture on the right, this is my uncle helping my dad in the backyard. These pictures, the picture on the left represents that these are the trophies and achievements that I've worked hard for throughout my life. And the picture on the right is obviously me seeing the outdoors because I really miss it. About me, my name is Brandon Cachipuya, and I just graduated from Immaculate Conception. I really like photography because I can take pictures of different cultures.
Thank you, Brandon.
You're welcome.
Next up, we have Raymond Castillo.
Hi, my name is Raymond Castillo. I'm in 7th grade and I'm about to go into 8th. My project is titled The Life at 951. My project ties into the daily life and morals of the senior citizens in my building. This interview also includes my dad, the superintendent of the facility. Me and my family live in this building and enjoy every second. And even though the seniors can't see their friends that often, I'm sure that they do something to keep themselves occupied. This picture is of my window just to show what the sun looks like. The one on the left is me looking out of the window, and the other one is what I was wearing. My project ties into the daily life and morals of the senior citizens in my building. This interview also includes my dad, or the superintendent of the facility. Me and my family live in this building and enjoy every second of it. And even though the seniors can't see their friends that often, I'm sure they do something to keep themselves occupied.
You got a great dad.
Thank you.
He's really been an instrument in hope for a lot of us here, because he would come around and make sure we have food to eat, or do you need anything? You know, he was on top of the game, and him and Miss Reed and the other staff that's not here right now. So I'm thanking God that we did have support from the staff here. They didn't skip a beat. I thank God for that.
So working here in the building, you can go, every day we go up to give them some food and to talk to them. And you kind of know their faces, and then you realize this person has something going on or is feeling a little depressed, since we talk to them every day. So we go up and we talk to them, try to, ask them, how are you? How you doing? Is there something that I can do for you? How's your family? Have you spoken with them? And they all feel kind of scared and a little depressed, I would say, since usually what they do is with their life is they play bingo with their friends, they play Pekino, they go out to churches and senior centers and play stuff, but now they can't do that,
What should I say? I hate quarantine because normally I would go to church every Sunday. Unfortunately, I can't. I have to just do that virtual thing every Sunday on the phone, or other people use another method, but I don't have their computer, so I use the phone. Okay. And I used to visit a lot my sisters, they live on the concourse, and I used to go back and forth.
Yes, I have a lot of connect with mostly everybody who lives in the building. Tried to tell them that this is a nice place that we have, and tried to tell them that, to help keep it clean and safe, because we have good staff here and they try very hard to keep us safe. So the least we could do is help them to keep the building safe.
Since I've been here from the day we opened, I got to know most of the tenants, actually all of them. So we know their routine. And when things change, we kind of stay on top of that anyway. And now with the pandemic where they can't go outside, they don't have a lot of interactions with other people. We did worry about their mental state as well as when we worried about their health and their eating and things like that. Well, the agency implemented some cleaning rules, and we sent out notices almost on a daily as the information changed. We kept everybody in here abreast on it. But mostly I was just supporting the staff, the maintenance staff, which is your dad and his colleague, Leandro. They went into cleaning mode, cleaned every couple of hours, wiped down all the common areas just to try to keep the seniors safe as possible.
Prayer. I don't watch a lot of television, but I do a lot of praying. I'm praying all the time, whether my mouth is moving or I'm just speaking softly to myself, to God. That's what I do. I'll put it to you like this. It was a little difficult not being able to visit my neighbors, but it was comforting to see them at the mailbox, or they might be going to the store, or just standing outside to get some fresh air. You know, it's been an experience, you know, and I hope that this is the end of it. I hope it's coming to an end soon, and we can get back to our normal lives and get on the van and go to Walmart again. I miss that.
These pictures are the one on the right, the left, is of my living room, and the one on the right is my brother waiting for his food to be ready. This one is of my mom cooking, and the other one is me reading at night. And that's them eating. My brother and sister. That's my brother and sister eating. So, I'm really interested in photography because I like to save images, not only in my head, but somewhere where I can keep them safe.
Thank you, Raymond. Next up, we have Jade Delilah Parks.
Hello, my name is Jade Delilah Parks. I'm going to 7th grade, and I just finished 6th grade. Now in quarantine, you can't really do much but imagine. You can only talk to those who live with you and those through your screens. You can only imagine all the fun things you could be doing. I miss doing things too. Now I look at old family pictures and remember how much fun I had. Now I can make imaginary people and even imagine myself with one of my favorite celebrities or artists. I can also imagine myself as things I want to be when I grow up. Even though I can't really be outside with nature, I can bring nature to me by taking pictures of plants or even drawing on the pictures. This picture is of me and my cousins when we were younger. And the picture all the way to the left is a picture of my grandma. It's an old family picture. The picture in the middle is of my baby cousins during Christmas. And the picture all the way to the right is of little me. The next picture all the way to the left is of a girl that I drew, and I made her up completely. And in the middle is me as an astronaut. The picture all the way to the right is of me with my favorite celebrity slash artist, which is Melanie Martinez. The picture to the left is of a plant that I grew, and also to the right is a picture of a plant that I grew, and they sadly died after this, but it's okay. The picture to the left is of a picture I drew while I was going to Walmart so that I could get like house supplies. And I drew on it birds and stuff like that. And the picture all the way to the right is a picture of one of the plants that I took, but only I drew on it. During quarantine, I have come up with new ideas for painting and drawing. So far, I have been lucky to come up with ideas and present them. My project has helped me to learn that photography and art go together perfectly, and everything can be art if you put your mind to it. These two pictures are of flowers that I drew. And my name is Jade and I'm 12. I'm going to 7th grade and I go to ICS. I'm interested in photography because it's like another art to me. It also shows that anything you do or make is art.
Thank you, Jade. Next up, we have Savannah. Savannah, I think you're muted.
This project is about how life has been during the pandemic on different days. It is the start, the middle, and the end, and how things have changed along the way. This is my book telling a story with pictures. When I usually think of a scrapbook, it's big and pink, but this one is in black and white. During the coronavirus, your throat could feel weird and you might be sick and bored. The 100th day has passed. These are pictures of my room, my brother, and the braid picture is me being like crazy and stuff during the pandemic quarantine and how I feel crazy. And that's me hanging my coat. And that's a light and the picture of nature. And that's my paper. It says, during quarantine, I have been at my upstate house because the cases here were fewer. I have been stuck with my mom and brother. A lot of people in my community have pets, so we see them outside with them. During the pandemic, I have I have gotten to know more about my neighbors. Like my next door neighbor, we call him Blue House. We always thought he was mean, but it turns out he is really nice. During this time, me and my family have had our ups and downs, but we still have fun together. Mhm. That's my stuffed animal, my door, and my brother. This is me and my brother in the car. Those are some paint cans from Lowview. Okay, I'm gonna ask you a few questions on quarantine and how it's affecting you, and that's it. What's your name?
Tracy Carter.
Thank you. Next, here, how has your perspective changed since being in quarantine?
My perspective changed being through quarantine to appreciate more and to settle with your family and learn your family and quality time with your family and be very thankful for family, friends, and to be surrounded with your loved ones during this time of quarantine.
Thank you. Beautiful answer. How do you think quarantine is affecting people throughout the world?
Well, I think during this quarantine, everyone is being with family and staying in to stay safe. But, we have to also pray for those who don't have family that's going through this alone. So prayers and blessings for all, but especially for the ones that's going through this quarantine pandemic alone. Special prayers.
Thank you for answering the questions and for taking your time to answer them.
You're welcome.
That's a picture of my brother sleeping and me outside on the porch. And the third picture is my mom looking out the window. My name is Savannah and I'm in the 6th grade. I like that in photography, you don't just learn how to take pictures, you learn about the community, you learn about the community and the buildings you see. In the photographs, you could see things you wouldn't normally notice. Online photography has kept me productive during quarantine through taking pictures and interviews. I also found out that my boiler room was much bigger than I thought because I went down there as part of the time to explore our house.
Thank you, Savannah. Next up, we have Sophia Morales.
Hi, my name is Sophia. I hope that my piece can show you that you can still have fun even in times like these. My stepdad and I went to the roof of my building to take some pictures. As many of you may think, we were not supposed to be up there. He was telling me to hurry up so we don't get arrested. It was kind of funny thinking about what happened. I can imagine the people that were looking everywhere, trying to find out who was yelling back and forth. When I looked off the edge, I saw some people who were trying to find us. I guess that this shows you that pictures can have a funny origin. I feel like these pictures can show that we can still express ourselves even when we don't have some of the same materials that we're used to having. Many people may think that they can be happy while a lot of events are not so great around them. So I hope my piece inspires people to stay positive. In this picture, I guess my confidence was up, so I just took it because I thought it looked nice. In the picture all the way to the left, I felt like the way my window has a guard on it, I felt like kind of shows how people may put up a barrier sometimes while expressing themselves. So I thought that kind of represented me in a way. So in the second photo it says, "My name is Sophia. Quarantine has been a little weird because my grandmother is in a nursing home and my family isn't to see her. I miss her." Um, in the picture to the right, says COVID be gone because I just really want to see my family and my friends again, and I just want everything to be as normal as possible. Honestly don't know what I was doing for this. I think we were just naming things, and I felt like the second picture in the middle kind of shows a different view of like my house. In these two pictures, I was playing around with aperture, I believe, and like light and dark. So I just like these pictures. So these were some of the pictures that I was taking on the roof, and I feel like they describe how like people can express themselves in different ways. Like instead of saying things, like people could take pictures and they could, so yeah, just yeah. These were some more of the pictures that we took on the roof. Yeah. My name is Sophia. I'm going into the 9th grade and I like photography because it allows me to express myself in a different way.
Thank you, Sophia. Next, we have Tara Smalls.
My name is Tara Smalls, and my presentation is called An Artist During Quarantine. When quarantine started, I was disappointed about not seeing my friends and not being able to see them in person. Now during quarantine, I tried to draw and express how I'm feeling, which is mostly loneliness and disappointment. I had drawn a picture of me and my friends because I miss them, and I just hope and pray that things get better in the meantime. What I miss about quarantine, what I miss about being with my friends is like during recess, I used to talk to them and making them laugh and making jokes, and I really miss that. I'm Tara Smalls and I'm 15 years old. I just finished 8th grade. I like photography because pictures from life can really tell a story.
Thank you, Tara. Next, we have Eliza Vargas, or Eli. I'm just going to read the quote for him. Even during the darkest dark, even the faintest light can bring hope. Thank you, Eli. Next up, we have Brian Velez.
Hi, I'm Brian. I'm in the 6th grade. The name of my project is called Homeschooling. I decided to take these pictures because I want to show how coronavirus has been affecting students from schools across America. I also decided to take these pictures to show what life has been ever since the coronavirus has started. In most of my pictures, I make my pictures look dark and sad because I want to capture the feelings of people in the pandemic. In another picture, I show myself doing my work in online school to capture what my life is like in most of my day. My name is Nicholas. I attend a Immaculate Conception School. I joined photography because I'm interested in seeing the world in a new way.
Thank you, Brian. And next we have Dylan Velez.
My name is Dylan Velez, and my project is titled Circling Thoughts. I've been walking around my house and I've been observing my surroundings. I have been noticing details that I have not in the past. Although quarantine makes me feel limited and trapped, it might also be a source of protection from the outside world with all of its chaotic behavior. I wanted to capture the average day I would journey on in my life in quarantine. I also try to question my choice of going outside due to major events going on in our current time. So the first picture is basically of me looking out a window, basically kind of symbolizing how I miss going outside and how I'm restricted at home. Okay, so these next two photos, the one on the left is of a light in like my little hallway, and the second one is of a window shade, and these two are basically supposed to represent like how inside of my building it's basically kind of more darker and grimmer than the outside world where the sun is your light. Unlike inside a building, the only light you have is that of a light bulb. These three photos, so these three photos are basically supposed to represent how even though we're in quarantine, I have been able to spend more time with my family. You're not able to see the text in the middle, but I basically kind of wrote a little paragraph about how I've been spending more time with my family and my little pets. So on the left is a cross from like Easter, basically symbolizing my love for Christ. And on the right, I have a picture of my bird. Okay, so on the left, I have a picture of me having a remote in my hand, about to turn on the TV. The right is a clock. And basically, the clock represents how time goes by super slow since there's really nothing to do in quarantine. It goes by really, really slow. And the one on the left shows how even though in quarantine, I do have a little bit of source of entertainment, which is like watching TV or like playing video games. Okay, so the one on the left is like a spoon, a fork, and a knife surrounding a piece of bread, basically showing how food has really been a big part of like this quarantine state. And the right is a picture of an empty paper towel roll, basically showing how food and like bathroom supplies and stuff have been really limited since stores are selling out real quick of that type of stuff. And the last photos are of the time I do get to go outside. So the one on the right is basically a picture of trees and like a whole open field. And the one on the left is basically, I took a picture of an American flag on a big pole. And basically that's said to represent how the American flag is supposed to represent life, liberty, and happiness and freedom for all. And basically with the current events that are going on now, it's really not being shown that way. And so like we want to make a difference and really represent freedom for everyone. Everyone is equal. Yeah. And about me, my name is Dylan. I'm 13 years old and I recently graduated the 8th grade. I'm going into high school, Xavier High School. I'm interested in photography because photos are able to capture very memorable moments in life, and I love puzzle solving and sleeping.
Thank you, Dylan. And congrats to all of our middle school 1 students. Can everyone unmute themselves and we can give each other a round of applause? Next up, we have middle school 2. It's the Wednesday class. I was very lucky to be one of the teachers for the class this year, alongside Harry Montas, who unfortunately can't join today, Sakona Fitz, and Cynthia Rivera. We have a crew of students from all different schools throughout the Bronx, and we even have students that commuted to the BDC from Brooklyn and Queens this year. We are so excited to share the work of our Wednesday middle school class, a group of quirky and shy but outspoken 11 to 14-year-olds. They were enthusiastic and ready to challenge themselves in every assignment, whether interviewing people in our Melrose neighborhood or creatively collaborating on a zine this fall. This February and March, they began to learn how to use Adobe Premiere, editing together a piece on identity and family, learning the skills needed for their final multimedia projects. On our last day of class in March, before we knew that we'd be moving to virtual classes, they finalized their project proposals, stories on mental health, the LGBTQIA community, manga, racial discrimination, and more. And despite now creating stories from their homes rather than working with community partners and friends, they still pursued stories on topics that are important to them, many of them within the same theme of their original proposals.
We are so proud of our students for continuing to challenge themselves and try new things. They explored their homes, they deeply thought about light, they explored the change, they explored the change in their own perspectives and their family's perspective since being in quarantine. Even in the virtual space, they were always down to be silly or to pause and remember to breathe. We are so thankful to have gotten a chance to know all of them. So we just wanted to give a few shout outs to our students. And yeah, so Jared was always never afraid to take shots at all of his teachers. He was always joking and he was ready to go. Luna, you always made sure to go first. You were always enthusiastic and was like, I'm gonna go first. Olympia just shared this whole world and realm of knowledge of anime and manga. We learned a few movies and we learned a few titles. Taylor, always bringing in a sense of calm when things were going just ridiculous. The energy that you brought in was absolutely beautiful, and you was honest about your thoughts, which we appreciated. Paloma, always teaching us about your animals. The pet ferrets on the first day of class, we were so amazed to see all of them. And Paola, you always shared your poetry with us, and it was so peaceful and astounding to really hear it in the moment that we're in. So we are super excited to see you present your projects today.
First up, we have Jared Burks.
So, hello, my name is Jared Burks and I am 13 years old. I am telling you the story about our world and the carbon emissions threatening it. The reason I focused on climate change is because it includes everyone. This is the planet we live on, and instead of destroying it, then go into space and having robots clean it, everyone should try to change our course. My photos express how I want to keep the world's nature thriving. So this is a photo of a deactivated factory, basically. My name is Jared Burks. I'm 13 years old, and my project is about informing people about our world and carbon emissions, but also slightly what coronavirus has done, because coronavirus has made carbon emissions go down. And I just feel it's important for that everybody should know what's happening to the environment now that nobody is doing anything. And also make people think about, is it better to keep it this way, or should we just ignore it and pretend nothing has ever happened? So these are photos of cars and two cars and one bicycle over there. And this is a photo of an empty street, no cars. I was able to stand in the middle of the road. And this is a graph from a New York Times article about like the coal consumption, like going down in China specifically. This is a bunch of pictures of flowers and nature largely. More flowers.
Thank you, Jared. Next up, we have Paloma Boyewa Osborne.
Okay. I'm sorry, because my mother is also on this call, so it's kind of echoing. Okay, so I'll start off with my intro. My name is Paloma. I'm 13 years old. I'm from Harlem, New York. I'm homeschooled. I use the city as my classroom. I love showing who I am, and I'm very visually expressive. And photography gives me the ability to show how I perceive my world through my lens. The LGBTQIA community is a very important part of my life. With the Pride Parade being shut down this year, I realize how much this COVID-19 pandemic has impacted me. With these photos, I wanted to still show the LGBTQIA community. I wanted to show my version of pride while being stuck in quarantine and how I'm surrounded by my community through photography. These photos show myself and objects in my house that each are significant and meaningful to me. The LGBTQIA community is something I'm very proud and passionate about, and I wanted to share this with everyone through my lens. It also ties into the Black Lives Matter movement, as it is still something that people continue to judge because they don't understand people that are different than them, which translates into gay and Black people still being murdered in 2020. So these are my images here. So these two were taken of me while I was in a camp in Philadelphia. It was a musical camp. It was called Girls Rock Philly. Oh yeah, and this is the art that we made for our band. Our band was called Androgyny Dragons, and each group had to make a sign for their band. So this is what we came up with. Right. So these two photos were taken of me by my mom's friend who was a photographer, and this was during Pride Month. And we went to see a screening that talks about voguing and the people and the whole life around voguing and how that ties into, people's everyday. This is something that I still have. This is a Pride sticker that I got from the first Pride Parade I ever went to. Yeah. This is one of my troll dolls. I still have all of mine. And this one, over time, kind of grew a meaning more than anything, because at first I didn't really know what pride was. And then the older that I got, I realized how this ties into myself because it shows the colors of the pansexual flag. Oh, yeah. And this was at the Black Lives Matter protest. There were also people out there who were also supporting Pride because, of course, like I said in my intro, Pride ties into the Black Lives Matter movement with what's going on today. So I wanted to take this photo of them to also show that there's not just the Black Lives Matter, there's multiple different communities of people that are out there to support each other.
Thank you, Paloma.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Elisa Luna Cameron.
Hi, my name is Elisa Luna Cameron, and the story I'm telling is on mental health. I care personally about this topic because I struggle with my own mental health. And as a kid, I get brushed off for being dramatic or craving attention. So I hope in photography I can show the struggles I personally go through, as well as others. People should acknowledge this to know that age can't define the struggles you face all the time, and that others can be going through the same thing you are, and that you're not alone.
Thank you, Luna. And you can hear her read it again if you play the audio on her page. Next, we have Olympia Chen, who couldn't make today, so I'll read her artist statement for her. This project is about how I interact with the world of anime and manga. I want people to know that there are still ways to watch anime and read manga, even in quarantine, and that they are more than just forms of entertainment. These are two outlets that help to spread iconic ideas. Life lessons can be learned by simply indulging in these forms of media. Besides just taking pictures of anime and manga, I also took pictures of drawings that I made of anime characters. I also talked to my friends about different anime and what we were reading and watching. My favorite anime is My Hero Academia. My second favorite is Boarding School Juliet. And my third favorite anime is That Time I Got Reincarnated as Slime. All right, next we have Taylor Mormon.
Hi, my name is Taylor Mormon. I'm graduating 8th grade, and the title of my story is The Lives of the Working. This project is about the lives of workers and working families. I've decided to share this story because I believe that the lives of working families can sometimes be overlooked. I wanted to show the side of people who had to work from home. I wanted to do this because for a lot of people, finding a place and environment to work with kids and other family members can be challenging. I decided to talk to my mom and my friend for this project to hear a different perspective. I chose my mom because she normally never works from home as an office job, and I wanted to see how she liked and was adjusting to working from home. I also wanted to talk to my friend Chloe because she goes to a boarding school away from her family. I wanted to know how she managed doing school from home without her classmates, but instead with her family. The first photo I took was a photo of my mom taking notes while also working on her computer. How have you adjusted to working at home during quarantine?
It's varied. I think now I'm getting into a little bit more of a rhythm. I think I've found it to be important as much as I can to have some structure, so not to kind of get up and, do whatever I feel like when I feel like it, but to try to focus as much as I can during the normal work day to get my work done. It's been nice to be able to take a break and not have to sit at my computer all day. Maybe watch a little TV or listen to music or do something and then come back to it and still be able to get my work done. So that's been good. There are times where it's been hard not being near colleagues or near my office where my stuff is. So I've either made that work or asked for help or, we'll do a Zoom call so at least you can see people because that's helpful. I don't miss the commute at all. So that is something of out of all this that's going on, that's something that for me has been positive, not having to deal with the subway. So yeah, it's been okay. It's not been perfect. I still sometimes, it's easier for me to get certain things done at work, so I've gone in a couple days to do that when I've had to do things, just to have a copier or I need supplies or something. But for the most part, it's been fine. It also shows me how, when I go back to work, I could probably be more efficient with my time than I am.
And have you found it easier or harder working from home?
Overall, I'll probably say easier. There's been moments it's been harder, but not because I don't have something I need or because it's because of the system not working or the screen's not big enough or something like that, but not because of what I sort of do on a day-to-day basis. I've been able to pretty much cover my job from home, which is, I know I'm very blessed to be able to do.
In the next photo I took, it's a photo of my mom and her workspace at the dining room table, and um, just her like working on her computer and writing emails. And then these two photos, I just thought they worked well together. Look, one's a self-portrait of my mom, and the next one is a photo of her once again, like typing on her computer. On the on the photo to the left, it's a photo of my friend Chloe, who I know through camp, and I have audio recording of her and her experience in doing quarantine and school from home. How does it feel doing school from home?
It felt easy because I got to do one-on-one with my teacher, and I got to take my time on doing assessments.
And do you prefer doing school online or in school?
Online.
And then the next photo was self-portrait of me, which I took at my desk, which is where I do online school. And then I also have an audio recording of my experience on doing school from home. During this time period, I have found that doing school from home was somewhat difficult. There were certain parts of my daily routine that I had to adjust or change, such as how and when I got schoolwork done and how I communicated with my teachers. I did enjoy the fact that I was able to sleep in and take breaks between classes. Overall, I found that doing school from home was challenging, but also gave me a chance to experience learning in a different environment. And the next part of my story is about essential workers, and I said I wanted to photograph the lives of essential workers because I think the media can glorify how easy and simple it is to stay home and social distance, but for a lot of people it isn't. For many people, the only way to provide and support for their family is by going out and putting themselves at risk. I wanted to show people the hard work that essential workers put in every day. And then these are photos I took outside while at the supermarket and like walking around.
Thank you, Taylor. Next, we have Paula Soto.
There you go. I'm Paola, a 12-year-old poet. I don't write poetry that often, only when my mind is flooding with emotion. That's part of the reason it's so significant to me. I just want people to see that poetry isn't just a bunch of words on a paper. It's a way to express yourself, no matter how metaphorical or simple it is. It's your emotions that you're conveying. And at night, I was expressing a feeling of gratitude that sadly not everyone can see because it only exists in my mind. It was me thinking about all the things I have had and will have, and how I'm grateful for all of it. That feeling of love was an old poem I wrote for a friend, but then became a poem about the trust I once had for cops. And after all these years of police brutality, I lost my faith in police. I know that not all cops are bad, but after watching all these murders happen, I just don't feel the same respect and trust I had for them. I feel nothing but fear and disgust. Photography is another way to express yourself. You can use pictures in a metaphorical way, but when paired with words, it comes out more powerful. Creative expression is important because it shows the you inside of you. At night, I think about what could have been mine. Oh, every single sacrifice I've made for them, everything I've lost. Just to get here. At night, I think about what I want. I dream of meeting the people who help. I dream of seeing my friends again. I dream of being able to live what I took for granted. At night, I think about my own world, the people I created, the events that never really happened, the stories that were never told. And finally, when the time is right, I sleep. Love is a complex emotion that connects people in ways we can't describe. It's more than just a bunch of chemicals in your brain. It's more than just I love you. It's that feeling of your heart beating every time you hear or see their name. It's that feeling of loving every flaw and imperfection they have. It's that feeling of missing their laughs and hugs when they are gone. It's that feeling of wanting to defend and protect them in every way possible. It's that feeling of simply loving them. Because they understand you. They actually get it. They love you. Or at least you think they do.
Thank you, Paula. Can everyone unmute themselves so we can give the Wednesday Middle School class a big round of applause?
Hey, yeah.
Thank you all for those beautiful presentations. We just have a little moment of appreciation we want to give to our 8th grade students. We know this year was incredibly hard for you to not have your graduation ceremonies in person. You've worked so hard to get there, and we're so proud of you all. And your teachers all have something that they want to say to you. So Harry couldn't be here today, but Jared, he sent a video of what he wants to say to you. So one moment.
Ooh.
Hey Jared, I'm alone in this room for now, so I guess I can take this off. I'm sorry I can't be there, like in person through Zoom, you know what I'm trying to say, to congratulate you officially. Working in the hospitals right now, and I just wanted to say, Jared, my guy right here. Ever since day one, I've noticed that you were just super bright, intelligent, and you had, what's it called? You had what I had, a sense of humor, and I love that about you. No, but seriously, dude, if you Google your name, Jared Burks, all you see is pure awesomeness, and that's what you are. Congratulations. You're, oh my God, yeah, it's the hand sanitizer. Congratulations. You're moving up onto better, bigger things. Graduating it's an experience. It's something that you're gonna do maybe 2 more times in your life. And yeah, I'm super excited for what you're gonna do and what you're gonna contribute to the world. Thank you, Jared, for being awesome. Congrats.
I'm so touched. I am crying eternally.
I'll make sure to let him know. And Kayla has something to say about Justin Brifo.
All right. So Justin, you were in the first class I worked with when I first started at the Bronx Documentary Center. And it's amazing to see that after 3 years at the BDC, you're still creating all this amazing, fantastic work for people to view. And I wish you the best with high school and the rest of your future.
And for Haiti Calderon.
Hey, Haiti. First off, congratulations on graduating. I know you were upset about not having to graduate, but like I said, you're going to have plenty of more graduations to come. That's without a doubt. And it's been a real privilege to work with you these last 2 years. I'm extremely proud of the work that you've done, but I know it's just a really tiny glimpse of what you're going to be able to accomplish in the future. Your enthusiasm for learning is something really special and something I hope you will always cherish. And I wish you the best of luck in high school.
Thank you, Sal. Oh my God.
And Cynthia has something something to say for Luna.
Luna, you've been an inspiring and prominent voice in our class this past year. You're encouraging and thoughtful. Your willingness to share in the quietest and most difficult moments has always left your teachers in awe. You completed all of your work in school and in our program and graduated from 8th grade, which is stressful on its own, during one of the craziest moments in our recent history. The projects you've created in our class brought us into your world and your mind in a raw and visually beautiful way. And I wanted to say thank you for being so open and letting us into your life. Congratulations, and I'm excited and honored to continue to watch you grow.
Thank you, Cynthia.
And Brandon Kachipuya.
Hey, Brandon. My favorite part of having you in class is when you get deeply focused on your projects, when you're super into it. So something that we'll definitely miss is your curiosity and your liveliness. Best of luck on your next adventure. I'm sure you're going to succeed.
Thank you, Ms. Como.
And Sakona has something to say for Taylor.
Okay, so this is a letter. So, dear Taylor, congratulations on graduating 8th grade. You're going to high school. I'm so deeply proud of you. It was an honor to be able to teach, learn, and share space with you. Quietly creative thinking and planning, you are always bringing your best heart into class and being very critical in all of the ways of learning. You know, it's difficult to learn when coronavirus is here and Black-led uprisings due to Black murders are happening. And nevertheless, you are as present as you could in a time when the world was falling apart. Your groundedness within yourself, your photographic eye, your photography is absolutely incredible. From the levels of details that you capture, to the dynamic composition of your photos, to centering the power of the people that you interviewed and the stories you have focused on is admirable. The portraits of your parents and essential workers, the portrait of you and your friend, incredible. You have an absolutely beautiful gift for documenting the important essence and spirit of humanity. You worked and worked. I know you was tired from going to school and just going into after school, but you did that. I want you to give yourself, if you haven't already, all of the credit for the magical Black girl you are. You are brilliant. You are so talented and you are so magical. You are loved and I don't want you to ever forget that. The world is a better place with you. So just keep on photographing, keep on advocating, and keep on being you.
Thank you.
And for Sophia.
Hi, Sophia. So sorry, I was muted. I don't know if you've heard of this band, BTS, but I just wanted to let you know about them. They also did something really cool for Black Lives Matter, I heard. I don't know if you know of them, but just letting you know. So Sophia, it's been really wonderful to see you grow the last 2 years. Witnessing the strength as you overcame challenges as they came up was really inspiring. And your ability to always be there for your friends and your classmates, to be there to support them, to lend a hug, to lend an ear has been something I'll never forget. And of course, just always will remember that you're singing and dancing to BTS. So congrats again on graduating. I know you're gonna do great in high school and hope to see you soon.
Thank you.
And next we have Tara.
Hey, Tara. It's been so amazing to have you in class for 3 whole years. And I just feel like I've witnessed incredible growth of both a photographer and an artist. And just, I've learned so much from you because you're such a sensitive person. So I just think your patience to work on stories that have been both difficult and interesting will take you so far in high school. So I'm really proud and excited for you and whatever you end up doing.
Thank you.
And Janiyah Terry wasn't able to finish the semester with us, but we wanted to make sure we gave space to appreciate her. She's been in our program since the 6th grade, and the photographer that she has grown into continues to blow me away. You know, she knows how to work the story. She knows how to work the angle. She is one of the most technically proficient photographers I think we have in our program. And she will always pay attention to detail in a way that other people don't see. She has grown so much in our program in the past few years. It's been so amazing to watch her grow up, to watch her speak out more in class, to be more comfortable with all of the thoughts that she has and wants to share. And I'm really excited to see what she pursues in high school. I'm sure we'll be able to rope her back into the BJPL at some point. But Janiyah, we miss having you in the program. And next we have Eli.
Hey, Eli, I'm so happy you made it today. One thing that I want to point out that I noticed from you is that when we put together our zines, you had these natural skills as an editor, and as we were debating stuff, you were able to bring everyone together. So when you go to high school, I never want you to lose your humor and your philosophical perspective. So best of luck with everything, and I hope to see you soon.
Thank you.
And Kayla has something to say about Dylan.
All right. So Dylan, you were also in the first class I helped teach when working at the BDC, and it was such an experience. And to see you grow throughout the years is amazing. You are funny and always determined to complete your projects, and I wish you the best, and I know you'll do great. So thank you.
Thank you.
And this doesn't mean this is the end of your time in the Bronx Junior Photo League. I know we'll see some of you back this summer. I hope to see some of you back this fall in our high school program. Many students have continued on from middle school to high school, but we wanted to take this time to celebrate you and the time that you've spent in our program. So thank you all. We also have a special word to congratulate all of you, all BJPL students, from Marty Rogers. Those of you who have been in our program before know that we normally end with a barbecue on our back patio. Marty's normally on the grill. There's an abundance of hot dogs and lemonade, and normally someone finds the speaker to play some music. We're sad that we can't do that this year, but in the spirit of that, Marty had a message that he wanted to share with you all.
Okay, rolling camera and action.
Congratulations to the middle school and the high school graduates of the Bronx Documentary Center. We're here on the grill. It wouldn't be complete without cooking little hot dogs and some burgers. And you did all this even during the pandemic. God bless you, unbelievable. But let me warm up this dog for you. It'll take 1 second. Don't go nowhere, all right? And again, you did it in a pandemic, a global pandemic. Wait, sorry, you know. I'm a master chef, and a master chef has no problems with matches or any other flammable devices. Whoa!
Whoa! What are you doing, Marty?
I got it.
You're setting the garden on fire!
I got no.
What are you doing?
Whoa! All right. Oh no, a little too much fire here.
What are you doing?
I think I need a little help.
Whoa!
Dude! Pour water! Hurry up, baby. All right. See, I told you, all under control. And if you let, whoops. Well, we lost that dog. Oh, here it is. It's good, a little water and it'll be fine. Again, congratulations to everybody at the BDC, middle school, high school. Let the balloon say it. You see it right there, don't you? Congratulations. That's for you. Uh-oh. All right, well, when you come in person, we'll have a real barbecue. God bless you and congratulations.
Cut.
So clearly you can see we all miss you at the BDC. We look forward to finding a way to be back in person safely, hopefully this fall. Before we do a final round of applause to celebrate you all, just want to let you know that you can explore the website. It's bronxjuniorphotoleague.org to look at everyone's projects. They're there forever. And you can also see the high school students' work on there as well. They have their presentation tomorrow at 6 o'clock. There's also a section on the site where you can look at photos and videos of our past year from when we were in person to our virtual classes. Students and staff, once the live stream ends, stay on for our post-presentation celebration. But just want to give a final round of applause and congratulations to all of our Bronx Junior Photo League middle school students. We are so proud of you all and so grateful to have been able to work with you over the past year. So you can unmute yourselves for a final.
Whoa! Thank you. Whoa!
Thank you all. Thank you everyone for watching. And hopefully we'll see some of you tomorrow.